she was killed. And they
The
tried
top
to
six
cover it
girls
up.
really look great, but you seem to have that perfect
I
aesthetic
wasn't
look.
into hip hop or even soul music.
There are definitely people that need a little Viagra.
Welcome to Heinz Seniors Coaching Up. Get access to the P3AK High Intensity Training ebook and its exclusive video tutorials. Commit with Heinz's coaching right now and be provided with a year of meal plans, training programs, and more. www.p3akday.com. There is no room for the littles.
I haven't seen the sun in a fucking week and a half. Look! It just came out! Look at that!
I love it!
What's up, guys? We're back again with another exciting episode of After Hours, and we're joined, as always, by our good friends, John Romano, Greg Valentino. We have Big Rob Jordan here joining us, who's back from the dead, and Mr. G, of course. Rob, what were you, sick or something?
Yeah, I had some tonsillitis. I was in the hospital for a couple of nights. And
I didn't think adults got tonsillitis, John. Did you know that?
Well, it's because most adults don't have their tonsils.
That's true.
So,
yeah, I still have mine. But I'm okay now, thank God.
you can't have an itis in something you don't have.
Greg tried to remove his own tonsils back in the day in that strip club. Remember with the skewers he was sticking down his throat, the steak skewers? And
I got a whole
shish
drawer.
A whole drawer full.
Pulled those out. You got to barbecue them and send them.
He figured, you know what? I'll just wait till they have to remove my whole throat. And then he had
It's when I was working at a strip club, so they didn't have. They only had big knives. They had a kitchen in the back. You know what I mean? And the girls would go back there and get dressed and everything. So I went back there, and I couldn't find anything. And they had the big skewer, you know, because my one tonsil popped on its own, and it felt so good. All blood, like all blood filled in my mouth. So I'm like, holy fuck, man. But the other one was like a golf ball. So I figured, let me pop it. So I went in, I didn't know what to pop it with. So I took a skewer and I pushed it really hard. And it I actually saw stars. I hit the ground. I blacked out for a few seconds, like I fainted. And then one of the girls, her name was Bunny. That's what they called her anyway.
I'm sure her parents named her that.
She looked over, she's looking down at me, and she goes, "Are you all right?" And then meanwhile, I got this fucking thing sticking out of my mouth, and when I pulled it out, blood shot everywhere. And it fucking hit her in the face, hit her. It was all over me and everything. It was horrible. It was, but you know what?
You like popping things, Greg.
No, but it
he had arms exploding. He's had tonsils exploding, John. You know, the funny thing about the story is that it's and we've heard the story before, but it's absolutely hysterical when Greg tells the story, and it's probably one of the most sensationalistic stories you'd ever hear, that anyone would do something that crazy. But I still think, John, that the Eugene Mission story, where he stuck the staph knife that he heated up first because he didn't want to get infected. Greg didn't care about infections. Eugene heated up the steak knife and put it down his throat, and also cut something that was in the back of his throat out, and actually passed out in the snow in the winter of Russia. And he woke up like in the snow, and he didn't even know where he was, and he was fine. He actually was fine.
Most people are happy with a fucking blackhead or something.
Yeah, but I didn't even because you're right though. I mean, I never thought about it whether it was clean or not. It was just laying around in the back room. So I needed something. I didn't want to use one of those knives. I was afraid I'd fucking stick it too hard and stab myself, go through the back of the head or something. Yeah.
But the skewer was safe.
Yeah.
It was sterilized.
It wasn't.
Yeah, he probably had baked potatoes.
He probably had the girl. He probably said, "Hey, Bunny, can you suck on this a little bit and clean it off a little bit?"
Greg would have made a great surgeon.
Georgie, where are you?
But you don't even think about it.
I'm in the warehouse emptying everything out.
Mr. G's moving really for sure now, Greg. He's actually giving away his stuff. And what did you offer, Greg? A TV?
I got a 60-inch screen TV.
Wow.
I got
that's generous.
ACs that you put in a room. I mean that's like a $700 thing. It's pretty much new.
How come you're not taking that with you?
Because my place is fully furnished. Everything.
What about the cookie factory?
That's good. We all have it set up down there. I don't need any.
You don't need any of this stuff.
No, this is all mobile. I mean, this stuff was all just. This was just basically for 2 years. This was a temporary step to where I was going to move there.
Who furnished the place you're living in?
I bought it like that.
You mean you're renting it like that?
I mean, rented.
Okay.
Where is it at, Georgie? Where is it at?
What was the security deposit they made you give on
Boca Raton?
Like that?
Boca Raton, Rob.
Usually it's $6,000.
Wow.
So they only charged you 18, right?
Yeah, they
3 months.
No, it's 2,000. You got to pay 2,000 first month, last month. Only $2,000 security.
That's not too bad.
It's not bad.
3 months.
$500 to the homeowners association that I have to be approved by. Right?
There's no way, John, they're going to approve him for the homeowners.
I'm already approved.
No way.
Done deal.
Maybe if you send your partner there, he might get it.
My wife handles 1,100 different homeowners associations.
Right.
She's the attorney for, and they don't disapprove anybody.
Oh, they don't? Okay.
No, it's a bunch of bullshit. What happens is they approve everybody, and then they get the lawsuits.
No, because they get paid. They get $100.
Right.
So it's $500 security, and they get $150 application fee.
Yeah.
Right.
Can we get your wife to interview George like she's doing like a security, like she's doing like an interview for one of these homeowners things, like, and ask him questions and see what she thinks. See if she thinks he'll pass. You know.
Oh, they all pass. The problem is, what happens is later on, they'll do shit. They'll sign the agreement that spells out all the covenants and codes and all of that shit. They sign it. They agree with it. Then they don't want to pay their assessment. So people have actually lost their house because they didn't pay a $250 assessment, and I mean dues, and it adds up and adds up, and they don't want to pay it. So they don't want to use the pool. They say, "Well, I don't use the pool. I don't need to pay my homeowners association."
Gotcha.
It's not true. And
I
then
would never live in one of those. They tell you, George, you're going to hate it there. They tell you too many rules there in those homeowners.
Man, I could never live in one of those fucking places. Ever. Never. You can't park in the driveway. You can't put solar panels up. Your
Wait until he drives up in his truck with all the misspellings on the wrap truck.
No, they won't let him in there.
Dave, all of which is not true. I'm a professional.
Wait till the Mr. Pottsmobile pulls up into that community.
Listen, they love me. I'm an asset to the community.
You know why they got solar panels? Because it's a flat Earth. I'm being
electricity. Yeah, right.
I'm being smartass.
Yeah, I know you.
Anybody that believes that shit's fucking nuts.
All right, let me. I want to show, since Rob Jordan was missing last week, he went down to Texas with Cassidy Campbell, and they did this skit. He's got it on his Rob Jordan page, or Big Rob YouTube
TV.
channel. Big Rob TV. Okay. And the video is really funny. It's him dressed as like this old guy, like from like Miami or something like that, with that green outfit he has on, and he's trying to pick up this like woman who's what is she? Just like you going after just single women in the supermarket?
Basically
set up the skit.
Yes, so it's I'm basically approaching people. That's how me and Cassidy start. He plays my nerd son, and basically he once we get started, he finds a way to start insulting me, telling these ladies I'm stalking them, and it's funny from there. But
right, but the idea is you're trying to get their phone number, right? The women.
But it usually doesn't happen because by the time we get to that, Cassidy already told them, which is his character Ryan, that I'm an alcoholic, I'm a womanizer, I cheat on my wife, his mother, and
but you're pretty creepy looking anyway, going in there with that outfit on. So like, the first scene is so funny because just play it, and then we'll talk.
And none of it's staged.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
Is your name Mary?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
I'm Rob.
Hi, Rob.
How are you?
Good. How do I know you?
I know you from somewhere. I knew you from somewhere.
My dad's been stalking you. He's been
No. I know you. Where are you? You are pretty. You are beautiful. Where do I know you from, Mary?
I don't know.
See, I knew your name. Yes.
What's your name?
Stanley Wellington. That's my name.
Where do you go, or what do you? How do you know me? And I don't.
Which gym do you go to?
You know
what? I used to go to Lifetime Fitness a long time ago, and then there was one
So
in
did I.
Colorado. So
Yeah.
maybe that's where.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Are you my new mom?
I don't know.
I would love her
maybe.
to be.
I don't know, maybe. You have a card?
A card?
Yeah.
You like me?
Yeah.
Thank you, and I like you too.
Good.
You are pretty.
Oh, you're very sweet.
Are you gonna give me your number?
Sure.
Good.
I can't.
All right.
She's gonna give you a fake number.
No,
I
she's
won't,
not.
because he knew my name.
Yes.
So, just
So what's your number, Mary? Here, why don't you put it in?
Okay. How did we gotta hear how I know you?
I don't know, but I'll find out and we'll keep in touch.
I don't know. I'm trouble.
Look at the way the
The
other
whole
woman.
I'm
outfit.
trouble.
The whole outfit's priceless.
Mary.
Mary.
Yeah.
And I'm
Look at the
Stanley
people
Wellington.
Look at the other woman.
Yes.
Cool name.
What do you
Look
do
at the
for a living?
blonde
Maybe I
woman.
know
She's
you
got
from.
a-
I mean,
That's totally ignoring the blonde.
Yeah.
That's your
Yeah.
mother.
Ulta for many years.
Yeah.
You're hitting on her first.
Yeah,
Go
I'm-
to Ulta and get your nails done and stuff.
I have. Maybe that's where I know you from.
The pedicures.
Yeah, I'm a financial advisor.
Are you?
Yeah, an investor and all
He said
that.
he'd love to be your sugar daddy.
No.
I need one.
Do you invest?
I
Do
need-
you?
I
started
someone
him.
to
I
invest in my
started him.
business.
Ryan, behave. I'm talking to Mary,
I know, holy
please.
shit, that's pretty
guy.
good.
This is my son.
Oh, your son.
Do I look young enough?
I think so. Yeah.
New mom.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you too young for me? Are
I'm
you?
too young to be a new mom.
Are you 25?
I'm 37.
You're 37.
Yeah.
Wow. How old do you think I am?
I don't know. I hate
I
guessing people's
I can't
ages.
tell you.
I don't know.
What would you guess?
42, 43.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
50.
No, don't say that. Then that way she's not.
bad.
Then that way she's not gonna date me. Yeah.
Mama.
So,
Mama.
isn't he such a nice boy?
Yes, you're a good little boy.
Do you do? She is so pretty.
Boy, you guys-
Yeah.
you're
Mama.
So do you invest in do you do any investing like in crypto and like stocks and all that?
I don't. I don't.
I
invest in
started
any of that.
I started investing in Bitcoin in
I've
2013.
been looking into Bitcoin because
Yeah.
it's a complicated
Yeah.
process.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think it's very interesting.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
mom, this is my mom, Patty.
Hi, Patty. My name's Stanley Wellington. Nice to meet you.
You guys are the
Nice
same
to
age.
meet you. Yeah.
Ryan.
Ryan, this is my son Ryan.
Cool cat.
You have a
That
beautiful
is-
daughter.
Thank you.
You really
That is
do.
grandma.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's Grandma Nani.
Nani.
That's a really nice cross.
Grandma.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you
That's my,
see?
Dad, that's my new grandma.
I
That's Mom.
Yes.
Grandma.
That's right.
Yes. Yes.
Grandma.
Doing a good
See?
job.
She's a strong believer in God and Jesus. She's wearing a cross.
That's right.
Look at that.
Well,
Listen.
Dad, there was this one girl at the campus when I was there, and she had a cross, but she said she was lesbian. That's a sin.
It's confusing.
It is.
It says it
Yeah.
if you read the scriptures. It says those who practice homosexuality won't inherit.
Stop
the
it,
kingdom of
Ryan.
God.
Stop it, Ryan. Stop it,
Yeah,
Ryan.
you're saying quit where you're at because Nani's here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nani's here.
Guess what? My dad had sex before marriage.
No. Stop, Ryan.
No,
Stop.
trust me, I'm not a saint.
Yeah. Well, you're beautiful, so no one's a saint. You what? You smoke weed?
No, well, no.
Cigarettes?
Yeah, cigarettes.
Yeah. I know.
Naughty, a little naughty.
Do you what kind of food do you like?
Everything.
You do?
Everything, yes.
Really?
We got to go though, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has someplace
Nice
to be.
meeting you.
You got
I'm
my
gonna
number?
give
It's a
yes,
real-
I'm gonna
it's a
give you
real
a call.
number.
It's a pleasure meeting you both. Thank you.
too.
We'll be calling you.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Mary.
No problem. We got to figure out how you know.
Yes,
it.
I will. We'll figure it out. Thank you. Thank you.
Give me your ideas.
Thank you.
That's
I
because
will.
My dad is a stalker.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Don't
Mom
say
and
it.
Grandma.
Don't say it. Joe. Hi, how are you?
Turn it off,
Where?
turn it
What
off.
kind of?
Dave. Okay,
I
so
loved.
listen.
I don't know how you guys kept a straight face the whole time.
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh.
I'd be laughing for the moment.
Dave, honestly, listen. I was so surprised that I knew her name. I introduced myself as Rob, my real name, not my character, Stanley Wellington.
Right.
Because I was surprised. I'm like, how would I know her name? So.
Oh, you just like guessed it? It was just like a weird like thing?
I just guessed it, and then we got going from there. So nothing is ever staged with me, Cassidy, or anything we do.
Well, that's why I think she trusted you, because she thought she really knew you some reason.
Yes.
Oh, wait, Rob, did she know? Did you tell her at the end? We're just filming it.
Yes, we told her in the end that we that was it's a joke and all that, but she still told me to call her. But
Oh my God!
So
Oh,
listen, they were making me feel guilty. Cassidy and the camera guy, who's our friend, they're like, "Oh, you're married." I called my wife and told her what happened, deleted the number because they were trying to make me feel guilty after all this.
You should have sent the number to Jimmy the Bull.
My wife.
You should have sent Jimmy the Bull the number. We could have had Jimmy call her up right on the TV.
Yes,
show.
or
hey, Jimmy the Bull,
yeah,
I get this number from this guy, Rob Jordan. He met you in a grocery store.
What is that?
I tell you about the flat Earth.
Yeah. No, I said you should have given Jimmy the Bull the number. He could have called her up and asked her out on a date.
That was fun. That was funny.
No, that was pretty good. You should have had Cassidy on a leash. Don't go say stop, and you pull him a little bit like this.
You should have worn one of those helmets too. You know the helmet kids?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. We do good together. Me and Cassidy have the chemistry on camera. We just know how to feed off each other.
The great thing is that you didn't crack a smile. That I don't know how you didn't do it.
I'd love to beat
with
it, but
other
I'd be
scenes,
laughing.
he did. With other ladies, he did.
Oh, he did?
He was telling them I'm a stalker and I have a restraining order on them. I've been stalking them, so that was funny.
None of them got mad or nothing or said anything, or when you
No,
tell
because
him
I tell him like he doesn't know what he's saying. He doesn't. So we keep him talking. They kind of feel bad for him.
Yeah.
Rob, you're good. You're good, Rob. Because see, I would have been laughing. I would not have been able to keep a straight thing. And you actually did do a good job. You know, you were like kind of like trying to calm him down. And, you know, like you made it look like he was really, you know.
The outfit was $1 million.
Yes,
right
Isn't
there.
that funny? We wanted to look silly like a rich golfer because I play another character of his spoiled rich kid. So he's my son. He's a spoiled rich kid. He was hitting me in stores because I didn't buy him what he wants. It was really funny. You got to see this.
The
guy.
crazy thing about that clip, and that's why I like it, is that girl really like she was into you. That was the greatest pickup of all time. You know?
I know.
You really picked that girl
up.
It
was a boost of confidence for me.
Yes, I was going to say, it's got to be a huge ego boost for you. Yeah.
But you could kind of
for
see that the
him.
mother was trying to.
The ego boost was for her. Are you kidding me? She's 39 years old and hanging out in Target.
37 with a 50-year-old.
Right.
Johnny Knoxville used to do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Remember Johnny
That was
Knoxville?
great.
Yep.
That was fun. Thank you for playing that.
No, it was great. I want to also thank our good friend Troy Moore, who sent me his T-Motors baseball cap here. Las Vegas renovations here.
And a boy, Troy.
His little license plate frame. So thank you, Troy.
Cool. Nice.
All right, what else do we have to talk about? My list of stuff. Shawn Ray. Did you guys watch his apology video?
I don't even know what Shawn Ray did. What did Shawn Ray do?
We got to back up. Wait, that's a big, long story.
It's probably not worth rehashing the whole story. John, you give us the Cliff Notes version.
Okay. Shawn Ray was being interviewed and talking about Sean Roden's death
on my show, on our show,
on Dave's show, and to make a long story short, as Jimmy likes to say, he basically threw Sean under the bus. So after he's dead.
Yeah.
So you know, and now he's denying it, and he's so full of shit. Somebody just wrote on Facebook, I just read, he goes, the problem with Shawn Ray is nobody's punched him in the face yet.
Yeah.
And
that we know of.
Probably
well, Lee wanted to fight him. I had Lee was going to box him. And then
he was going to be on the big Lenny undercard. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you know what? If someone had caved his face in 20 years ago, we wouldn't be having these conversations.
But wait a minute. Today. Let me ask you a question. So how could he deny it if there's video that he's saying it?
But he's not denying it. He's downplaying, diminishing it. I didn't mean it that way. What I meant was blah blah blah. He's just full of shit.
Well, he said he had a drug problem, but then he tried to backpedal and said, "Oh, I was talking about steroids," which he wasn't. You know, so just stuff like that.
He's backpedaling. So which he always does after he sticks his foot in his mouth.
Right. So he issued an apology.
He's deep in the IFBB. He's deep in there, bro. He's deep.
Well, I don't think they're too happy with him right now. So he did some kind of like half-hearted apology thing, and I know Chris Aceto ate him for lunch on it, on his Instagram.
Yeah,
saying that it was insincere and it was typical.
It was typical Shawn.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Wearing the sunglasses so you can't even see his eyes. I mean, it's just
I gotta be honest with you, I get along really well with Shawn. You know what I mean? He's done always good by me. But I think that's a dick move, obviously.
I can say the same thing as you, Greg. I've gotten along with him. I had no issues with him, except that he's a fucking dick. And he did an knucklehead
thing.
he does the wrong thing, and that's his problem. And
you don't take cheap shots at a guy who just died. I don't care if he's your worst.
No, I agree. Never. Let me tell you something. Even if I hated the person and I knew the person personally, I would never talk shit. Once they're dead, that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would never talk.
Why do you make it matter worse?
Sean's problem is his mouth talks faster than his brain works.
But you hurt to somebody's family. Fuck the bodybuilding world.
Exactly.
You hurt their family. You got this guy supposed to be his friend anyway. You know what I mean?
But Greg, it's more egregious because we are all supposed to be brothers.
Right.
This is bodybuilding. Okay, we're mutants. We're outcasts. We're supposed to stick together. You know. And you don't throw one of our own under the fucking bus. You don't do it.
Look,
I just feel this sport filled with rats.
He got in trouble. He got in trouble. What was it, 2 years ago? Jake Wood actually had to reprimand him on a video on YouTube just to kind of let people know that he was at least keeping Shawn in line.
What did he get in trouble for?
Because he was doing his commentary for the Olympia and he was bad mouthing people. He was like, the guy who came in third. He's like, oh, he's having marital problems. This is on the live cast.
Oh you don't do that. You never talk about somebody.
It wasn't even true.
Yeah,
he made it up.
I know. That's the fucked up.
He fucking makes his shit up.
But you should never talk about somebody's family.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Keep it just with the sports.
Yes.
You never cross the line
between
between personal and what they represent.
And not for nothing, but read between the lines. We've all worked with him for years. I worked with him for many years, and, let's just say, I know that he's friends with the ladies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? You can't talk about marital problems. You can't throw stones, if you live in a glass house. But I like him. You know what I mean? But, he never did anything wrong to me. I don't like what he did and stuff. And you don't talk shit about marital problems or trying to, you know what I mean?
It never is personal. It can never be personal. You got to keep it.
All these guys.
You can critique a guy's physique all you want, but you don't make it personal about his family.
Exactly. Right.
Well, you get killed. People get killed because of that.
Yeah, you don't cross that line between personal and professional.
Yeah, Mr. G wanted to kill Vinny the Chin. Yeah, because of that.
Yeah, I'm talking about my kid. Anybody would.
Yeah.
Now you have your kids, Dave.
Yeah.
Now you feel. I can guarantee you feel a lot different.
Sure. Hey, let me ask you a question, though. Now, because I've been telling everybody Victor Richards, the whole thing about him dead. I've been saying, nah, he would have called Dave Palumbo. Now we find out he's alive, Dave?
Yeah, he's alive. He said he was with his kid and he didn't have time to check in and tell everyone that he was still alive. I don't know.
His daughter.
I think it was his son. He's a strange guy. We know that. I mean, I'm just glad he's alive. I don't care, whatever the reason is.
How'd that get around anyway?
Someone posted something, and I think it was a game of telephone. I never even posted it on my Instagram because I always was suspicious of the whole thing. But so many different media outlets posted it that we kind of just followed suit on RxMuscle. But I never wrote the condolence thing, which I usually write on my Instagram, my personal Instagram, because I just didn't feel like he was really gone. It was weird. It was a weird thing. I don't know how it started.
I got to tell you something. I know how he feels because I don't know if you remember, but when I first started working with MD, there was a whole thing that I died because some Dutch kid injected himself with motor oil, and his mother, he died, and his mother said he idolized that fucking guy from bodybuilding with the big arm, and it got translated.
Motor oil?
He shot motor oil.
How does motor oil even go through that? It's so.
Synthetic is very slippery.
But it was on Get Big and all those places. Because the way they converted because they were speaking like Dutch or whatever, and somebody converted it because he said that, the mother said, he was, he was a fan of me and all this bullshit, and he wanted to do what I did. So she fucking, the story got twisted more and more. It came out, American bodybuilders die, and there were people on Get Big writing, he was a piece of shit, meaning me.
Yeah.
All that piece of shit, he got what he deserved.
You saw all your
that fucking oil in it. And I'm like, wow. You know what I mean?
You saw all your friends.
Yeah. Dude, I'm sure Victor Richards could sit back and go, not for nothing, but a few people talk some shit,
Yeah, I almost think that it would be, for people who need to make some money, like some of these former pros, it's almost a good marketing strategy to fake your own death but wait a year and come back and say, I'm back. I was, make up some crazy story or something like that,
Yeah, but Dave, how did it blame you though? I don't understand. How the fuck do you get the blame for that?
Look, John and I talked about this already in Heavy Muscle Rated. We're the number one. We've been around the longest. I think if people see us as like the anchor, so to speak, of news. So anytime something goes wrong, it's our fault. We were the last people to post that he died because I wasn't sure of it. I wouldn't let anyone post anything. And yet, Ian Valier comes on our Instagram saying, you guys should get your facts straight. Meanwhile, he didn't say that about MD, Generation Iron, Nick Strength and Power. Ian Valier, I don't know.
Because people hold us to a higher standard because we're the best.
Nah, I think that we're very successful in what we do too, and I think people get a little. Oh, let's knock them down a few rungs because what?
People forget we've all been together since muscular development.
Yeah, exactly.
Before this video shit. Right.
Yes.
Before this video shit,
when it was just
you
radio.
morphed off into RX. But what I'm saying is, we were all together. You know what I mean? I'm doing the muscle mob over there with you guys. Way before all this stuff.
Yeah.
All these little podcasts.
They all branched off. Shawn Ray, all those guys are doing that.
Shawn Ray wasn't even
I
working.
got Shawn Ray the job at Muscular Development.
Yeah, I know that.
He wasn't even working for MD.
They weren't doing any interviewing or anything. We were doing it first.
Yeah.
And then
we were all there together before fucking Shawn Ray even worked for MD.
Yeah.
I mean, which is great. I mean, it's great to see in the sport.
But now you got everybody and their brother who works out for fucking 6 months, and now they start a podcast on how to train and what you should be eating.
And you know what, Greg? Good. I'm happy that everyone is so happy to have a voice and that they can go on their own Instagram or their own YouTube and maybe make some money from it and feel like they're important. That's great. And what we do doesn't diminish what anyone else does, and what anyone else does doesn't diminish what we do. And just in the last year or two, I don't even watch the other stuff, to be honest with you, unless it's like forced. You got to see this, Dave. You got to watch this. I don't watch anything negative about myself or our channel or anything like that because you know what? It doesn't have any relevance in my life. I just put out good content. And the truth of the matter is I don't have the time to be worried about what everyone else is saying. I think too many people worry about what other people say and let it get into your if it gets into your energy field, it's going to disturb what you're doing. It's going to ruin your creativity.
Crucified Jesus Christ.
I agree.
Jesus got crucified, and he helped his enemies. So you're going to take shit.
Yeah. I agree. We were all working for muscular development. Fuck. I mean, Blackman's hired me in 2001. And John was there before me. So what I'm saying is that we were all doing shit, and from way back. We have a pulse on shit. We know that these new guys only know new guys. They don't go back and like if you see Victor Richards, a lot of these guys have no fucking clue what you're talking about.
No.
And I keep telling everybody he's the greatest mass monster I ever saw.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He'd still be a freak today.
And the other side of that, Greg, is you don't know who Ian Valier is. So
I don't know the new guy.
Oh wait, is that the guy from Germany, Ian Valier?
No, he's from Canada, George.
No, I get it's not.
Nice, good guess,
if you're
George.
watching this, don't take it personally. It's not that. I don't follow the sport the way I've been doing this shit for a long time.
It
and
doesn't
it's not
matter. You still can comment on things, and that's fine. You have what your own.
Right. I wouldn't. I don't know. I would never comment on a guy I don't know. But I did.
Shawn Ray would.
I know Shawn. I'm commenting on Shawn. I get along with.
Maybe we'll get Shawn to fight.
I want to go around the horn here. Hold on a second. Mike Tyson versus Logan Paul. Who wins? They're building this thing and they want to put this fight together. You think
Tyson?
Nah, what does Tyson need the money that bad? I mean, holy shit! There's no way.
I'm sure we're talking millions and millions, Greg. I mean, so
I like the Paul brothers. I got to be honest with you. I like the Paul brothers, and they do back
Mike
up
Tyson
with it.
clip, the latest training clip.
Tyson is ferocious.
Did you see that latest training clip they posted?
Nuts. Yeah. I wouldn't go near him with a 10-foot pole.
He actually seems to fight better now than he did at the end when he was losing to fucking like Peter McNeely or whatever.
He's older, he's better. He never stopped boxing.
Now Logan Paul fought.
No, but you know what it is, John? He cut the scum out of his he had fucking lowlifes in his.
Of course he did, but that too. But he never stopped training. He never stopped.
I know.
Oh, there it is. Oh, let's watch this clip.
So fast.
No sound, but you can watch.
I wanted to do this. Ghostbusters.
It's got to have an advertisement here.
Non-skippable ad.
Yeah. Remember when videos first came out? We thought we'd never have to watch commercials again.
Right, exactly.
Here it is. What is he, like 56?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
He's so fast. He's insane.
He's in good shape. He's in better shape now than he was like for the last fight.
You see that uppercut? That's the liver shot. That's where he gets the guys right in the liver.
And that hurts.
He's in great shape too.
Hurts when you mobilize.
You cannot train somebody to hit hard. You either can or you can't. It's impossible to train.
He was knocking out grown men when he was 13 years old.
I met him when he was 12. Cus D'Amato and my father were good friends. I met him a long, long time ago. Yeah. He was ferocious.
Wait, your dad was friends with Gus D'Amato?
Yeah.
Cus D'Amato,
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
He's told that story before, George, on the show.
Because John's from upstate.
Look at those liver shots. Those are devastating.
Yeah, but there's no way. Listen, Logan Paul. Who's fighting him?
Logan Paul fought.
Logan Paul.
What's his name?
Destroy him.
They could both fight him at the same time. It's not going to matter.
He fought the other guy. What's his name? Floyd Mayweather, if you remember. Floyd is a lot lighter than Tyson. Floyd Mayweather is a middleweight, whatever.
Or the difference. Floyd is a defensive fighter.
Right. He's not an aggressive power puncher.
He doesn't hit him hard either.
Tyson is completely offensive, in your fucking face. That's the difference in
but you know what though?
Fighting styles.
You can't let Tyson has to go in there like Tyson. They can't just try to make money and throw a nice fight for everybody to see and shit like that. You got to go in there and really fight because when he fought Roy Jones,
Tyson doesn't know any other way. He's
I'm
either
gonna be
on
honest.
or off.
I think he could have finished off Roy Jones.
You
He had
think
Roy
so?
Jones.
Yeah, well, that was an exhibition. But that was an exhibition. They didn't really. They weren't. This is different. This is going to be a fight.
Well, they're saying that they haven't decided if it's going to be an exhibition or an actual pro fight. Yeah, they haven't decided.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. Though. Tyson and him are friends. I seen them together doing stuff and everything like that. Yeah. So don't believe if you start seeing that shit now. Like, I'm going to kick your ass, fuck you.
It's a WWE thing,
Yeah, they're going to do that shit, but then they're going to go to the diner after the cameras are on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Greg.
And share a bottle of Dom Perignon. Yeah, exactly.
But when you get in the ring, it's a different story. I mean, you're in a warrior mode.
I know what you're saying.
You can't shut that off.
This is a money thing, too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, look, I want to watch it,
Do you think Tyson still has the endurance? If it goes more than like 3 rounds?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Times 10.
It'll only be 5 rounds anyway, probably the whole thing, right?
He's got that mindset. Do you see the way he moves? He didn't move like that at the end of his career. At the end of his career, he was just running in and trying to throw haymakers.
Right.
Bums were dropping him.
He wasn't training. That's why.
Now he's training. He's actually training more now than back then. When he was
bums
but he still is almost 60 years old. We have to take that into account. There's definitely, how your body feels,
What does 60 mean?
All that means is he's better.
I don't know about that.
That's right. Dave, you're talking to 3 guys here who are in their 60s. I'm 61.
Would you want to get in the ring and fight Mike Tyson?
I just kidding.
Dude, let me tell you something. For money, I'd get in the ring and I would blow Mike Tyson. For money, Dave, I'd get in the ring, I'd blow him.
Blowing and getting your head knocked off are 2 different things, Greg.
You know what's funny? If I told my girlfriend, listen, for millions of dollars, Mike Tyson wants me to blow him in the middle of the ring in Madison Square Garden. You know what my girlfriend would say to me? Well, we need the money back. Get your ass in there and fucking
And you better do a good job.
And if my father was alive, my father would say, do you need the money? Well, you better get your ass in there and blow him.
That's terrible. Yeah, I know. It's terrible. Like, his dad is like, get in the ring, you bastard. Make that money.
We need the goddamn money. You see the house? You see the goddamn house? You better get in there.
I got news for you. Those Paul brothers, Logan and Jake, are geniuses. Unlike, very similar to the two other Paul brothers that we knew, David and Peter Paul, right? Back in the day. Ironically enough, same last name.
Yeah, but these guys could back that shit up. That's why it makes them geniuses.
The Barbarian brothers backed it up back in the day, too. They were
I know that. I'm not
They were
comparing them with them.
marketing geniuses, too. They just were very hard to work with, and they got banned from Hollywood. But they would have, if they were in social media today, the Barbarian brothers would have been millions of followers. Millions.
Yes. But
Jake and Logan are geniuses. They're making so much money. They don't have to do anything, essentially, you know?
It's because of YouTube. If the Paul brothers we had back then, they would have had tens of millions of fans.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? First of all, the Barbarian brothers used to wrestle in high school, too, because I knew them very well. They both were wrestlers in Connecticut. Okay. But the Paul brothers were wrestlers and used to fucking go out and like box their friends on the front lawn and shit. Right. So they're not like some guy, just from when they were young. Yeah. So they're not just some guys that decided, let me go box a little bit. They know they're fighters. They knew how to fight. They were badasses when they were in school. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the analogy. Let me give you a better analogy, Greg. It would be like, you know, the guy in the gym when you were training, you know, when you were younger, and you're like, man, that guy looks awesome. If he ever really wanted to put his mind to it and compete, he could be great. It's like getting that guy and putting him against, like, you know, Phil Heath or Ronnie Coleman. And saying, I'm gonna beat you on stage, and all right, we're gonna have a match with these guys posing off against each other. It's so lopsided in a sense.
Give them what Phil Heath is taking. Maybe they'd be that. If they had such good genetics, maybe they could beat him.
It's like, let's get Samir. We're gonna put Samir up against like my 8-year-old son. Let's see who's gonna win the pose down. You know, that kind of thing. Because my son's got 6 million followers on Instagram. And we're going to pay Samir $500,000 to do it, just to say we got Mr. Olympia versus my son.
But Dave, you got to understand that these guys they're geniuses, man. They didn't just start out trying to box people. They were doing crazy shit. Logan Paul went to that place over there. John, what's that place? I know John would know.
He went to an MMA place and challenged
No. He went to, no, forget, that had nothing to do with fighting. He went to that place, that graveyard where they all fucking die in Japan, where they fucking people hang.
Yeah, they filmed people there.
Right, at the bottom of that fucking, there's this graveyard, woods, that's like a graveyard. I think it's near a mountain or a volcano and shit. And they leave the bodies there. And if you walk in, there's all these like petrified bodies hanging in trees, like a horror movie. And he went there and he filmed and he did some crazy. Yeah. He actually got a lot of grief for that. You know what I'm talking about then, right, Rob?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Her mother was pretty.
It's a very famous graveyard. They actually, the Japanese got really pissed because to them that's sacred. It's a sacred place. People go there to kill themselves. Nobody stops them or nothing. And the bodies, they just leave them there. So if you go in this woods, there's all dead bodies and shit all over the place, hanging from trees and everything. You could Google it. If you people don't know what I'm talking about, Google that shit. I think it's in Japan.
They got a lot of slack for that, yes.
Yeah, he got a lot, because he was there fucking around, like getting next to a dead body and like, you know, what's up? You know what I mean?
So they did controversial shit. That's how.
Yeah, but he did crazy stuff. He built his way into getting this huge, you know, you do stupid shit, people follow you. You know what I mean? And then.
Pools and stuff like that.
We did that when we were younger. We still.
You just didn't film it. You should have filmed it.
When we got drunk. We still all crazy shit like that, but we didn't have cell phones and stuff.
Yeah. You need to videotape it. Anytime you're going to do something stupid, make sure you put it on film. Like if you're going to stick a needle in your arm and drain the... Oh, Greg, you did that, right? You filmed it.
I just don't work the social media. I didn't give a shit.
You got a lot of PR out of it.
Greg, you would have been a social media fucking maniac.
If I gave a shit and tried, what's that?
Forget it.
If I had social media, like if I was really gave a shit and really tried to work the social media, I would have millions of followers. The shit I've done and all the craziness.
The Sound Factory and all that crazy stuff that you went to. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
You know who would have really been a social media superstar? It was Derek Anthony.
Oh yeah. He was ahead of his time. He was.
He would have been the top of the top.
Dude, I'm the one that got him to do the radio show. Yeah. I'm the one that got him to do. I gave him.
He started the rant on YouTube. I don't think anyone was ranting before he did. You know.
No, he was the original ranter.
He'd say, "Fuck you haters. Yeah. Fuck all your haters. Yeah, you fucking."
Wait a minute. I'm the original.
He would do 30 minutes like that, right?
In muscular development. I just didn't do it on YouTube. I just don't do shit like on
No, but Derek was
media.
the first person to do it on webcam because he used to
I
do
know. I'm the
posing
one
for
who
the
hooked
gay
him
guys
up
on
with that.
webcam. So he would do the rants on there too. He'd be like, "Fuck
He
you,
was
haters."
upset with you. He had an argument with you or something like that. He's like, Dave's not going to put me on his radio show anymore.
Yeah.
So I gave him Blog Talk Radio.
Did he try to fight John?
No. No.
John who?
He wanted to do it. He wanted his own show.
Oh, right.
Remember? He wanted his own show, and we were telling him, you don't know how to do your own show. You get, and then
He was
remember
trying to fight you, John?
I almost dove
Jeff,
across.
the producer,
I almost
he was
dove
trying to
across
fight
the fucking table and killed him one day.
Yeah,
but
He spoke about your kid.
Oh, I almost destroyed
Yeah,
him. But, I mean, we're always friends.
Yeah.
But no, he would have epic meltdowns. Remember on Get Big, and it was in writing. It was just writing it, but you could see if you just reading what he wrote, you could see the veins sticking out of his neck.
John, you know what? You know what's even the best part of that is after he'd have the meltdowns, some guy would post a picture of him doing some sort of thing with his fucking pichuli guy. You know what I mean? Remember his little bikini and shit like that. He would do some sort of private posing for some gay dude, and they take.
Oh, they razzed him on
shit.
that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Remember that? I was.
But you know what's funny? You know what's funny is that all the girls, would run to his defense.
Oh, dude, he loved him.
I know.
Yeah.
I was at a party with him in New York City, bro, and he was picking up chicks left and right there.
He's a good-looking guy. I mean, he was definitely.
Then he decided to cover himself in tattoos.
And he lost his mind.
No, he was a good-looking kid. I like Derek. I get along really well.
When he was 19 and I first met him,
was upset.
he had a great physique too. He had a great.
I gave him that Blog Talk Radio show.
He was
No, but Greg, first he was doing it on us. We had Jeff the producer.
I know
and he was and like Jeff was trying to coax him, to help him do the
and then
do the
he threatened Jeff's life, right?
No, I know he was trying to do it.
Shoot
He
Jeff
called
like
me
that.
because he was upset because he's like, Dave's not going to put me back on. I got a video of him telling Robbie Duran, Robbie,
Who did he shoot? Who's going to shoot in the foot, John? Did he want to shoot you in the foot?
What?
Didn't he want to shoot you in the foot or something like that? Right? Right? I'm not making this up, am I?
I know. Yes, you're right. You're right. Yeah. Of all places, the foot.
Yeah, well, that's a Goodfellas video.
How about when he chased Vince Goodrum at the Olympia?
Oh, that was.
I fucking saved Vince's life.
Oh, he went crazy.
Yeah, that was scary. That was sad.
Derek spit in his face.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I remember that.
You were there,
I remember
George.
that.
Yeah, we're like Derek. What are you doing?
Yeah, but I didn't like that.
He had a very bad temper.
Porch monkey.
I didn't like
called
that.
him a porch monkey and spit in his face.
We're not gonna. Yeah, we're not gonna lie.
like that.
I mean, it's a friend.
I just sent Vince Goodrum free fiber lies.
Is he the guy on YouTube, the Vince guy?
Yeah, no,
Yes,
he actually goes by Melvin. I'm friends with him now. He uses Melvin. I don't know why, but
He has a small YouTube channel.
Yes.
Yeah, I
he's got
think
his
he
own-
might
yeah,
have a
yeah,
YouTube
he's
channel.
got his-
Yeah, pose down
Okay,
against.
I know which one he
Pose
is.
down against
Billy Guns.
Billy Gunn.
Billy Guns.
He's not a bad guy. I actually like him, but
Okay.
and I get along good with him.
Weirdos.
But fucking Derek used to pick up the chicks. But he was mad at you, Dave. That's what he was. And I got a video of him with Robbie when we were working for MD, and he was like, "Come on, Robbie, let me on." But Robbie was mad because he was doing the RX thing, blasting MD. You know what I'm saying? So Robbie's like, "No, I'm not putting you on. I have a video. I got to dig it out."
The problem was he was threatening Jeff to produce his life, okay?
Yes.
Because Jeff wouldn't get the show up when he wanted him to get up, and Jeff was doing it as a favor for him. So I'm like, Derek, I can't have you. If you're going to be threatening the people who work for me, I can't have you here. And then he said something to one of the girls in the office, and I'm like, Derek, no more show. The show's done. Go do your own show.
He got some fucking wise guy after me who was going to have me killed.
That's right. That's right. Because didn't he used to collect for the Gaudis or something like that?
Oh, something like that. And next thing I know, I get a call from some fucking wise guy. That just wants to.
He was calling me up every week asking me to go on the show, and I told him I can't. I work for MD. Steve Blackman will have a fit if I start doing that. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you
You
what.
know,
Derek
Derek died so young.
Derek
man.
was very resourceful. He got like
he wasn't even 30 years old.
He got the pizza place to sponsor him. He got the car wash to sponsor him. Right? Remember that?
Yeah, the pizza place
and the car wash.
And Joe's air conditioning service and a fucking car wash
and a stripper. And I think the Cafe Royale strip place.
Yes.
He was
an eclectic group of sponsors.
I loved him. I'm sorry. I loved Derek. He was a good guy.
He was like my son, Greg. It was terrible that I had to like cut him loose, at one point because he was acting like a lunatic.
I understood it because that's the way he was, though. You know what I mean? I got him with Blog Talk, and he'd call me up every week. I need you as a guest. I told him I can't do it.
Hey, you know what the funny thing was? After he floundered for like a few weeks, the show actually wasn't too bad. I listened to it.
No, it got good.
It actually was pretty good because it was him ranting and raving like a lunatic, which was what people wanted to hear.
He would get angry and fight with the people on there. Fuck you.
You would have 10 million Instagram followers today.
Yep. Derek had 2 speeds, off and 1 billion.
Yeah.
And there was nothing in between.
Right.
Well, not unlike us.
But if somebody said something like, Derek, you fucking put Synthol on your shoulder or something, he would be like, fuck you, you fucking hater, you motherfucking hater. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he would do it.
We went out one night, because we used to go out all the time, like Friday and Saturday night. This is right after I got divorced. And I mean, it was Derek, me, and another guy. And we were doing a little something that kept us awake, as you know. And on the way home, I'm like, Derek, just listen to me. You better take this half as Xanax. I said, you're not going to sleep all night. He's like, I'm exhausted. I'll sleep in 5 seconds. I'm like, I'm telling you, you're going to be up all night. And so, of course, the next day he calls me up. He goes, he was up all fucking night staring at the ceiling. I said, Derek, why don't you listen to anything I tell you? I give you advice about competing. I give you advice about business. When are you going to listen? You're like the son that won't listen to anything I tell you. That was Derek. It was either his way or the highway. That was it.
Yep. Put a picture up of him, Dave. I don't think you gotta get a picture. Can you?
Derek Anthony, my bodybuilder, Tyler.
Dude, not for nothing, but he actually put a post on Facebook. I think it was like an hour before he died.
Oh, really? I really missed him. He's a perfect example of what high blood pressure, overdoing the bodybuilding gear.
Dude, you know what he did to me?
Will do to you.
He had me put in muscular development, because I wrote that MD.com column, and he had me put in this like big congratulations to him because he was getting married to that chick from like South Carolina. Do you remember?
Oh my God!
That was another whole story with the ring. You remember the ring, John?
Oh,
bro!
What a disaster!
He was good looking too, man.
Yeah.
And I put it in there, and then he's like, "Oh, dude, is it too late to take it out? It's already printed." He's like, "Fuck her, she's a bitch," I'm not marrying that bitch.
How do you get the ring back? I don't remember the story anymore.
We had to collectively group together to get his ring back.
Right. That was at the end when he had all the tattoos.
Yeah, that was
the older pictures are much better.
He was Rich Piana before Rich Piana.
He was. He really was. He was Rich Piana. You're right.
He loved his little niece too, man.
Yeah,
he loved his family. I mean, he was a good guy. I mean, bottom line, he's a great guy. I mean,
the thing what made him is his personality.
Yeah.
He had a good heart, but he had a terrible, terrible temper. That was his
That's
undoing.
the girl. That's the girl right there.
Oh, that's the girl with the ring?
Yeah, I think so because I put that picture of him with the shirt. He's sending me all this shit. Oh, please, Greg. You know what I mean? Because he wanted to marry, announce it that he wanted to marry.
I think he gave her a ring that was like got a diamond in it from like one of his relatives or something like that, right?
Yep.
So I think he got the ring back. I told him, look, the ring should be yours.
He did. We got Rick Collins involved.
Oh, yeah.
He got the ring back.
There might be a picture of me and him together. We were in the airport together. Somebody took a picture of us together, and then they put dildos in our hands like we were sticking dildos in.
Get that shot of him on stage there, Tyler. You just passed. That's when I helped him for collegiate nationals. He was really good. He could have gone far. I don't know why he didn't want to. He couldn't take criticism. He could not compete anymore. He didn't want anyone critiquing him. He didn't like that.
Not take criticism at all.
That's it. 20 years old, John. That picture. He was 20.
He was already at his toupee.
Yeah, and he hated that people made fun of it. I said, Jarek, just shave your head. You're a good-looking guy. No one will even care.
I
He's
told him
funny
to
though. I really liked him. I really liked him.
He would have been a great pro.
He didn't have the head for it. That was the problem. He would have been a rich piano. He could have made a ton of money.
Yeah, he could have been a rich piano.
See, everyone thought he was acting. That wasn't him acting. That was the real Derek. That was the problem. So he was always blowing an O-ring, like John would say. And so wait, go back to the DA show. That was the show, right? The DA show?
DA show.
Where's that shirt?
Valerie still wears the tank top.
Go up a little more. Right there. There's the tank top. The DA show.
Yep, the DA show.
Yeah, he sent me a black T-shirt that I wore for him.
Oh, did he? Oh.
Yeah, the black one, the DA. I have pictures of it.
Yeah.
I get some great pictures of me and him. We were in the fucking airport together, and some guy took these pictures, and then it was all over Get Big that we were fucking each other with dildos. They stuck dildos in our hands and shit. Fucking people funny.
See if you can find it. There's a really good picture of him and I out there on the internet. Let's see if Tyler can find it. Because he always had a camera with him at all times. The problem it was one of the disposable ones. We had to develop the film because remember this was before digital cameras were any good.
Polaroid.
But he was always taking. It weren't Polaroids. It was like
it wasn't Polaroid. It was the little yellow fucking
disposable little yellow box.
That's
there you are.
That's one of the.
Oh, you look great, Dave.
But he always knew I have to take pictures for my website, and that because he had a member section. This was before anyone had social media or anything. He was really ahead of his time. He got it. He understood the mindset of people that they wanted to see what was going on in your life at all times, and he captured that. I mean, he really had it down pat. I don't think he even knew what he was doing. He just intuitively knew that was important to do. And
I met him at one of Matthew's parties.
Yeah. What's his name? Colette used to do his website, and and he had a member section. He had hundreds of members in there. They were paying like $20 a month. He had to be making money off that.
He was a good guy. He was a good kid. I really liked him. He was a huge. He would call me up about the Yankees.
He was a baseball fan, big baseball.
He was the biggest Yankee fan ever lived.
Yeah.
He was a huge Yankee fan. I don't know. I'm up there. Me and him together would go nuts.
You guys are right up there.
Yeah.
We were not. Matter of fact, I think his mother buried him with Yankee shit on, didn't she?
Oh, really? Wow. Maybe.
I think so.
Rosetta, I think, told me that because Rosetta and him, were very close.
Yeah, they dated.
Yeah, they were boyfriend and saint. Yeah. Yep.
I remember. He's like, I finally found myself a girl off the boat from Italy. Because he was obsessed with this.
I don't know why they didn't stay together. I thought they still liked each other right to the end.
I think they did.
You know why?
I think Derek was
and Ice. I think because Rosetta's got a great heart and a great personality, but I think that sometimes she's a personality. Sometimes personalities clash, and Derek is, like you said, he's a hard guy.
Derek's very jealous too. He was very jealous, So I think. Rosetta's about peace and love and everything.
Rosetta's a good girl.
I think Derek was too high strung with for her.
All right, but Derek, I just.
Do you have to pop another tonsil, Greg? Get the steak knife out. Do it live. Do it live on the show, so at least we can have it on video. We'll get a lot of hits.
Greg, just swallow a couple of Mentos and have a Coke.
You're right. Thanks.
All right.
No, Rosetta's a great friend to us.
Yeah.
She is.
I love her.
She's a great girl.
Great girl.
She's a good
She's a
friend
great
of
girl.
ours.
Let me tell you something. She'll give you the fucking shirt off her back.
Yeah.
Rosetta. She will give it. Do you ever notice though? No matter what you need, like see, I'm coughing right now.
Yeah.
She has that pocketbook. She'd open it up and pull out a cough. Right? Am I right or wrong?
No, you're right.
If you're hungry somewhere, she'd be like, reach in there, pull out. Like
she hooked up that whole deal with when I was working for when we first started covering Yamamoto before they were well known. She had them fly us out to Italy. I went to Italy, because of her.
Yeah.
And she hooked that whole thing up, and it was great.
She's like that. Rosetta's like very mothery, good, like a very good person. Got a good soul. She takes care of you. She's good, man. She's great to me and my girlfriend. I can tell you that now. Yeah. I love her. And Alessandro, her boyfriend's a really good guy.
Both of them are terrific people. Terrific people.
All
right, I gotta wrap this up. You guys are gonna want to watch this interview I do with this Dr. Gary Mezos. He has a very interesting theory that he's been doing studies on why we get plaque buildup in our arteries. He's saying that it has nothing to do with cholesterol. it's about nanobacteria that root themselves in the blood vessel walls, and then the body walls it off with calcium because they can't destroy these bacteria, and that's what builds up the calcium. And he has come up with a solution. It's like a combination of EDTA and which is a
what?
Basically binds up minerals.
Is that a supplement? What the hell is
chelating agent? Excuse me, and then also an antibiotic that kills them. So anyway, you're going to want to watch this interview when it comes out, probably in a day or two. Very, very revolutionized thinking. A lot of people think he's, probably a quack and that it's not true, but he's been doing studies, and there's been people whose atherosclerosis, the plaques in their arteries have reversed themselves from his therapy. So we're going to be getting to him in a few minutes. So guys, I want to thank you for coming by. Rob, great video. Keep up the great work on YouTube.
Really
Mr.
good.
G,
Keep it up.
Thank you. I appreciate your support, guys.
Come down here to South Carolina and do one.
But does that guy with the arteries, does he believe in a flat earth? That's what I want to know. Because if he does,
Mr. Potts, protein.net, cookies. Are you going to be able to produce these cookies, George, now that you're packing up your warehouse?
Yeah, we still have operations. So
okay, all right, check them out. And John, you have the TV show. What are you still doing that political show?
With Lee? No,
Yeah.
Lee doesn't want to do it until he gets his. That's what I want to ask Greg. Oh. Lee got his Instagram canceled, and we lost
again. Wait, again?
No, originally he never got it back. So he lost like what? 300,000.
Yeah. No, he lost
500,000. So he doesn't want to do the show until he gets his Instagram back. And I'm saying Greg got his Twitter back. Charlie Gasparino helped him get it back. Maybe you could help him with his.
I don't know. The reason why Charlie got me back was because I'm friends with Charlie, and they were saying that I was trying to fucking hit on Charlie because I said to him, "Hey, we got to let's hook up."
I wanted to hook up. Right?
Yeah, let's get together. He said it to me. We just talked on the phone 5 minutes before, and then I said, "Yeah, we're gonna hook up. Let's hook up." And I said it on the internet to him, and they're like, "Holy fuck!" So
and they banned you for that?
They said I was that was sexual content between me and him. So he went on Facebook. He went on a Neil Cavuto show on Fox News.
Yeah.
And he said, "Listen, my childhood friend Greg Valentino.
Oh yeah, right.
And I were talking, and
I saw that.
Yeah,
and you know what? The next fucking guess what? About an hour later, my account was back.
Oh, that's cool. All right, that's cool.
That was Facebook.
Try to do that for Greg, would you?
You mean Lee?
You mean Lee?
I mean Lee. You're Greg.
Yeah, Lee. I mean, you can't get all those followers back if they demonetize it like that.
Because he put it on TV and he made Facebook look like an idiot. He said this is my childhood friend, and he said to me, "Let's hook up." We had just talked on the phone 5 minutes earlier,
right?
And off of a post, we talked on the phone. I hung up the phone, then I wrote back to him, "Yeah, dude, okay, well, great conversation on the phone. Let's hook up. I'll throw you some dates." That's what he said. He said that to me, and then I said it back to him on Facebook.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But he said it to me on the phone, and they put the kibosh to me on Facebook. And then, boom.
This world we live in, I don't know what it's coming to, guys. I really don't. But we got to wrap this up. Until next week, I'm Dave Palumbo with the entire Whack Pack. Have a great week.